What is going on, guys? This is Bradley alongside Zach, and you are listening to the Charm City Sideline podcast. We weren't expecting to go live tonight, but there's obviously been some very exciting news that we learned about earlier today. Ravens agreed to a deal with Jaire Alexander. 1 year, $4 million up to $6 million. What were your initial thoughts, Zach, when you first saw the news?
It's about as jacked up as I've been for a signing in like a bit, I guess. Maybe initial free agency stuff, but I mean, that was really the splash we'd been asking for, as in maybe do we get someone in the secondary? Do we get someone in the D-line? And of course, it falls into the Ravens and EDC's perfect plays that it always happens, where an all-pro, Pro Bowl guy gets let go, and then the Ravens are like, I think we want you. I think that's a perfect match. So, of course, it's a not a need necessarily, but rich get richer. And I'm pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, this was I was like subtly kind of expecting this. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't something that I was very surprised about, especially after yesterday when Lamar was asked about it and he was like, go get him, Eric. Like there was definitely a vibe sort of circulating. But I guess we'll start by just talking about the actual player of Jaire Alexander and sort of what he's been in Green Bay. Most people probably know this. He was drafted in 2018. Same first round as Lamar Jackson. He went 18th overall. Lamar went 32nd overall. They were obviously teammates at Louisville, kind of the only two good players on that whole entire team that was ranked top 5 in the country at one point, which is kind of just crazy. So 7 years with the Packers. He's had 12 picks. He's made 2 Pro Bowls. He's been a second-team All-Pro player twice. I feel like in, 2020, 2021, he was really like a top 3 corner in the league, in my opinion, and has kind of just dealt with some injuries since then, since 2021. And I mentioned this in the video I did a few days ago. Since 2021, he's played in 34 games and he's missed 34 games. So he's played in exactly half. So definitely not great. Last year, he played the first 7 games of the season and then he tore his PCL. So he had surgery on that December 31st, and it was just an arthroscopic procedure. So I believe he's 100% already. But even last year, he was really good when he played 78 PFF grade. He'll be going into his 8th season, only 28 years old. So definitely a lot of upside there, Zach.
Yeah, and what you said at really the beginning there, half of his games played since 2021 is the big red flag for Jaire. And I love the total idea of having Jaire. I think our concern with the secondary was, let's say Marlon gets hurt week 1. What happens whenever Wiggins and Cheeto are the top guys and have to, step to the plate? Do the other young guys, as in TJ Tampa and company, step up? Are they capable of stepping up? And if you have the money to spend, you got a guy that wants to come here for cheap. Why not just alleviate that pressure 100%? And so now, even if Jaire were to miss half the games this season, I feel confident in our secondary still. And, if half of those games are, let's get some of those less experienced corners into the game more alongside, hopefully, a healthy other 3 top guys, you feel great about it. It's overall just the perfect pairing. I'm just I love that even in all that time, including, previously since 2018 drafted, he is a bona fide top 15 corner, regardless of injury, anytime he's on the field. So that is just another level of confidence, I think, just to the season.
Yeah, when we texted right after it happened, you were like, I'm in heaven right now.
It was I don't know. It was as hype as I've been for a signing in a bit now. Like, just being honest right now, if Clowney was the notification, I'm not as thrilled. I'd be, oh, Clowney, nice. Jaire was I've known Jaire Alexander as a top 100, talk crap. Everything about him is like, yeah, if he was a Raven, that'd be pretty freaking sweet. And so now it's the perfect pairing of Lamar goes out, asks for him, gets him. My favorite quote of the entire thing, Harbaugh was asked about it, and he goes, "It made Lamar happy." It's like, yeah, perfect. Make Lamar happy. Make us happy. What an awesome freaking signing! I love this.
I know. Yeah, I when I first saw it and I was seeing all because the Ravens posted it first. They posted the
Yeah, I
picture
know that was
of
awesome too.
Jaire
So
signing
cool.
the contract. Yeah, it's crazy how the Ravens are able to do that. Um, just keeping everything. I think Jaire's agent is also Bateman's agent, so there's some sort of
Oh,
connection there. They were kind of just negotiating with him. So, um, yeah, it was funny. Like they signed him, and I was so excited about the whole Lamar connection, and we've wanted Jaire in Baltimore for a while now. I wasn't really realizing how insane it makes the secondary. Like I was kind of just so excited about bringing him in. I wasn't really thinking about that. So that's interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit later, and how good does it really make this secondary and this defense. But Zach, a bit of a price discount, maybe not a bit.
quite the price tag discount.
Yeah, 1
Woo!
year, 4 million, up to 6. I sent this to Henry, my friend Henry, who's a Steelers fan, and he was just like, "Are you serious?" And I know Bengals fans would love to have a corner, and them probably seeing this contract is hilarious as well. I know the Panthers were definitely interested. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say teams were probably offering him at least 10 million, and he decided to stay. Not stay. He decided to reunite with his old college teammate.
Yeah. And not only that, but like if you look at the average top corner salary, it's like 20 million. I mean,
Yeah,
it's hilarious the type of freaking discount you can get to be able to ring chase with a college best friend, an
yeah,
MVP level quarterback, and all around just no excuses towards a Super Bowl roster. You could have probably said that before Jaire signed.
yeah,
Some people could have said that,
yeah,
and now it's like, where is the flaw? I guess maybe. And Humphrey also talking. Anytime that they asked him today about, oh, well, you think you can make a push with this? He's like, man, last year just stung and sucked. And
yeah,
it just sounds almost like a fan, right? Where you have to make these type of moves to put you over the edge. You have to create the
yeah,
best possible roster. That's what the Eagles did. Eagles were like just an overdose of roster talent. So if this group can stay healthy, which I really, really hope it does, I mean, it's perfection. And sorry, I strayed away from the salary fact of it all, but let's say Lamar also signs an extension.
yeah,
Maybe EDC is not done making moves. We
yeah.
say that, I think, every podcast where it's a signing, a trade. Yeah, DeCosta's not done making moves. Yeah, it feels like another kind of thing right now. There's still plenty of time before the season, so maybe.
Yeah, it feels very greedy to talk about this right now, but I'm like, I would love a safety. I would, I would.
I know, right? That was the next question. Yeah, yeah,
I would
yeah.
love a safety. I honestly think they're good at edge rusher. Like, I would not be mad if they signed Clowney, but like, I would much rather it be a safety.
Signing Cloudy would just be hilarious. I mean, what in the world? I
Yeah,
would not know what to say anymore. We do this podcast for after Clowney signed is like, yeah, it feels like this would have to be the year, or else it's the biggest failure that we've ever witnessed. So,
yeah,
I mean,
dude. Like,
I hope so, man.
yeah, I've seen some tweets about like if they don't do it this year, because like I think we can already agree, Zach, this has got to be the best roster they've had in the Lamar
I've
era.
ever seen,
Like
yeah, for a Ravens team, absolutely.
2023 was really good with, Queen was playing like a top 5 linebacker on a cheap deal. But
Yeah.
I think like the weak spots right now are, and not weak spots, question marks, I guess you could call it. Will linebacker, aka Trenton Simpson or Teddy Buchanan, and like guard. And like it's the same guards as last year minus McCary, and guard was okay last year. It wasn't
Mhm.
bad. So like there's not it's an insane roster. Like barring injury. I mean, I was thinking about this and I was like, should I talk about this tonight? And I was like, whatever, I'll just say it. Like week 1 against the Bills, like it should not be close.
Ooh.
Like
Ooh.
when you look
Okay.
at the rosters, and I'm not saying this in terms of like I'm really confident. I'm saying that this in terms of like compare
Just
the
roster to
rosters.
roster. Yeah.
The Ravens should beat the Bills by like 7 to 14 points. Like it should
Mm.
not be a final play of the game. Like I think that'd be like underperforming in my opinion.
Mm.
Like this
Wow.
roster is insane.
And I hope by that time, how the Ravens do. I've seen something on Twitter, Instagram today where it's like this like circle of ravens.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
I mean, if that is up to par, then I mean we shouldn't be expecting a week 1, blowout. But as much as we would love that, but I don't think it's ridiculous when you say exactly like I don't want to say the same thing because I'm not that confident. But if you do put roster to roster, where is there not to be confident in? I guess. I mean, if
Yeah.
it's not the same level of eliteness or better, the Ravens have every edge, maybe besides edge. But that's really it. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like it's you kind of nailed it on the head. There's not really much to combat with that besides the fact that maybe just the Bills have a little more will and maybe better coaching. But I don't necessarily agree with that either, though.
Yeah, like, and I promise I'm not like hating right now. Like I'm being an unbiased, and like maybe like the Josh Allen truthers would agree with me here. Like the Ravens have a better roster. I think they have better coaching too. Like it really is going to come down to. It should come down to the Chiefs, which we're really going on a tangent here. But like, by the way, a lot of people think the Chiefs aren't going to be good this year. You look at their roster. I'm like, this roster is really good. I don't really understand like why people think the Chiefs are going to be bad this year. But yeah, I mean, the roster's insane. You want to like sort of talk up this secondary a little bit and how insane it is. Like, I mean, it's got to be the best in the NFL right now, right? Like, just
There's
like
no doubt. I don't think, right?
like you have okay, so like the corners. Let's just say Humphrey's going to be in the slot because you only have Hamilton and Starks now at safety. I would assume that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, when they're in nickel, you have Jaire and Wiggins starting on the outside. And Awuzie, who was like an above average corner last year.
Yeah.
Like a lot better than Brandon Stevens. And then behind Awuzie, so what is this now? The number 5 corner? You have TJ Tampa, who I think the coaches like really, really like him.
Yeah, it seems like it.
So that's corner. And then also JAD, who might play bang safety this year. Who knows? You have Hamilton and Starks. And then, I mean, honestly, it seems like, again, they're very confident in Sanusi Kane or Bo Braid. They're confident in one of them. Like, you can tell. I think it honestly might be Kane, but we'll see. I mean, the Washington thing does suck, but like, I think this is going to be, if they're healthy, this is going to be one of the best secondaries ever, right? Like, I don't think that's crazy to say.
Yeah, you would have to hope that stats-wise, they also prove that point. And to really solidify that fact, on paper, it definitely does stack up to an all-time level group. And the fact that we don't get our Darius and should have had our Darius in this situation too. I mean, it's overall just mind-boggling how much. Really, I'll give credit to maybe even the Bengals, I guess. Maybe a couple of games to the Browns or Steelers where in division, seeing their kind of air it out offenses, mostly with the Bengals, but getting scarred basically from that kind of a game and seeing, Jamar averages basically 200 yards a game against us. Let's just make the secondary as possibly good as you can. You can't get any better than this, I don't think. We were just happy as could be with a top 3 of Wiggins, Cheeto, Humphrey, and you add in Jaire. gosh darn it, if you had Ardarius, it'd be even more ridiculous. But I'll take a first-round safety and a top 2 safety in the league as well. I mean, goodness gracious, are you kidding me? That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I would say, in my opinion, if you can get 17 games out of Awuzie and Alexander together, like I think that's what
Combined?
I think that's what you should sort of be striving for. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And like hopefully if Alexander does miss time, it's like not the playoffs. Like maybe he's injured from week 3 to week 9. That's fine, right? That's perfectly fine. So we'll see. And like these 2 rookies now are buried on the depth chart. Longerbeam and Kone. Unfortunately, I think one of them probably won't be able to make the team. So that might be sort of a camp battle between those 2 guys. But yeah, like the single hole on this defense is probably Will linebacker. And similarly to like what you're hoping for at corner before they signed Jaire, it's like Simpson or Buchanan, just like one of them be good, right? Like, and this defense is insane.
Yep, that's all you can ask for. Andrew was in the chat. I don't necessarily think they'll do it, but a veteran linebacker. He name dropped CJ Mosley, just insurance policy. I like that.
Yeah.
And in case some kind of linebacker doesn't, well, I guess in our case, either Teddy or Simpson flop, like you said, that'd be the only way I think they would go and make that splash. I think there's probably going to be guys come if it's week 3 or 4 and you need to do, and you realize, oh yeah, that second spot is pretty rough.
Yeah.
There's probably guys there that we could feel a little more confident with. But until then, I feel good about really the whole group. I think that Simpson or Teddy will be fine if you're just surrounded with all those guys. I bet you'll be okay.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, it's going to be insane. And also another thing that we haven't talked about yet, Chuck Pagano is the secondary coach. I mean, talk about the guys.
Chuck's got to be pumped. Yeah, he's got to be just juiced. Oh, man.
He's like, should I make a return to coaching? Then he gets back. He's with the Ravens, his old team, and he's got, let's just say it, 3
best secondaries.
Let's just say 3 Pro Bowl corners. I'm just going to say it because I think Wiggins is going to be there soon.
At some point, yeah.
And the best safety in the league and a first-round pick. Like,
good Lord. He's just got to be pumped. I mean, I can't imagine. If you're returning to coaching, how he kind of went out as well, and you come back to this. Oh, man. I couldn't be happier for him. He's such an awesome dude. He's so cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to see him
set up for success. If they stink, I bet we know why. Sorry,
if they
Chuck.
stink. If the secondary stinks this year, I mean, I don't know what.
Sorry, Chuck. Yeah, but
I do think. I guess, Zach, I did want to talk to you because I didn't get to do that episode with you. Something that just came to my mind is like, I'm sure you saw Chuck Smith talk about Zack Orr, sort of clamoring for him, you know, how important he was last year and how much he helped everyone of get it together and held everyone accountable. Like, what do you sort of see Zack Orr going this year? Like, do you think there's going to be like a jump? Do you think there might be some struggles early? Because like, in my opinion, I think people aren't talking about it enough that like Marcus Williams and Eddie Jackson they were a massive piece of the problem pie last year. Like, I don't think they're getting enough credit. They're not getting enough credit for how much they contributed.
Credit as it's a good thing.
To the big plays on the back end.
Yeah. And the fact that we all saw the stats of the second half of the year compared to the first, and now you're giving him hopefully a whole season of that. It might take a little bit, some growing pains, just everyone getting acclimated and everything in actual regular season gameplay. But I mean, that makes me pumped for him. The only thing I get worried about is maybe him deciding, maybe I'm ready for a head coaching job, because you're set up for success to this level with this good of a team right now. And possibly it's not done being built. I still think that we could get a signing or two, maybe not as big of a name as Jaire Alexander, but a name that we'd be like, hey, this is talk about worthy for this defense.
Yeah.
And I love seeing that story. If you haven't seen it, go. It's probably on ESPN or something talking about it. Just going to bat for Zack Orr. And especially with how that middle of the season was so rocky, and being able to turn it around into a compete for a Super Bowl level defense by the end of it. If you just want to be as basic as possible, the stats alone from last year ended up being maybe middle of the pack, higher middle of the pack. This year, we could probably expect it to be top of the pack. So whether or not that's fully executed on is another question, but I hope so for Zach's sake. And I hope that that is also just another piece to a Super Bowl pie, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, once they moved Kyle Hamilton back, I think they had the number one defense the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So, right. I mean, if they had the number one defense last year, I mean, they only got better. Did they lose anyone? Michael Pierce.
Yeah.
And Chris Board. That's it, right? And our Darius.
Yeah.
So
those are the biggest three.
I'd say that the only spot where you didn't get a really replacement is Michael Pierce. But I mean, they signed John Jenkins. But like Travis Jones was playing really banged up last year. Like he was not himself at all. So I think he could be really good. Comment from Andrew. Marlon Humphrey made some really nice comments in an interview today about Orr. Yeah, like the players love him. Like
but he's the definition of the players coach, because he's still a super young guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's played with any of these guys, has he? Did he play with any of them? I don't know. But if he did, it's like he's still just the locker room leader.
Yeah.
Which back then he was vocal. He was a leader as the Mike linebacker and everything. I mean, gotta love him. It's such a feel-good story too. I just hope his success continues this year too.
I mean, he's older than Van Noy. Like, I mean, not older, younger. Obviously, I meant to say younger. I think he's a few years younger.
Yeah.
He's a few years younger than Van Noy. Yeah. But yeah. You got any other thoughts on the defense? I guess this was kind of a nice, like, fun little quick defensive pod, branching from the Jaire signing.
Oh, Andrew commenting, Orr played next to Mosley. Humphrey's rookie year. Oh. Hey,
how old is Daryl Smith? I wonder if how bad could that Will linebacker spot call up Daryl Smith? How old is he?
Don't know. Don't even want to guess.
You want to take a guess, Zach? Take a guess.
No, bro. I'm gonna be wrong.
43.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think that's an option.
I was gonna shoot a little lower, but wow.
I think Jake Hummel is a nice safe. If they're both bad, I think Jake Hummel would be fine.
Maybe steps in, hopefully. Yeah. But overall, that's really the only thing I could leave really anyone else with is possibly another signing in the future. But I can't really say that confidently.
Oh yeah. I
maybe until Lamar extension, right? Maybe that frees it up, but that's also up in there if that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking I was forgetting something before wrapping this up. But like, the first thing I want to talk about was Jaire signing. When I talked about this a few days ago before it happened, I was like, you make a big move right now, you might not be able to do anything at the deadline.
Right.
But they didn't give him $13 million, $15 million. They gave him $4. So like they probably still can make a move at the deadline if they want to. And yeah, also what you were talking about, like I know we talk about this all the time. You love Justin Simmons. I love Julian Blackmon.
Yeah.
Sign one of those guys for maybe like $2 million right before training camp. Like that.
Yeah.
We're getting so greedy. Like,
yeah, we are. But I mean, that's how DeCosta's treating us right now. He's spoiling us. I don't know
for real. Well, yeah, you got anything else?
I think that's it. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. Appreciate you guys for watching. Ravens signed Jaire Alexander to a 1-year, $4 million deal, up to $6 million, reuniting with Lamar Jackson, Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.